Man, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Brandon Bird, man. Just chilling and relaxing, man. Just chilling and relaxing before I dip about. Definitely want to get on here, and I'm gonna probably speak on something that's off topic a little bit, not really on anything sufficient, but just a little bit of something. Definitely, I want to speak on because there's a lot of people within the diaspora that talk about blackness, and not just African immigrants or people from the Caribbean, or if you want to even include people that's like Afro-Latina or something like that in the mix. And something with Jason Black stated, and other people in the black, the new black media also stated that I am definitely going to, I'm going to give it more of a solid support to it as well. Black American, or I would say ADOS or ADOS, we are the gatekeeper of blackness. I mean, when you think of blackness, is more of a social, it's a social concept, but it's also a social, racial, class concept as well. Now, when I have to say that, a lot of people talk about racial as a concept, yeah, but when the skin tone and also the lineage is also being played as blackness as part of a devalue or a contagious to wealth. That's where blackness really is given. That's really where the redefine of blackness is. And many groups, they say blackness, but at the same time they masquerade in their lineage. That's why lineage is very important nowadays, because you got a lot of blacks from among the diaspora that's trying to mask themselves in blackness. But what is blackness? Blackness is an affiliation to poverty. Now other people say, well, there's white people that's poor, there's Hispanic people that's poor. Well, look, in the construct of things, the poorest white American family got a network or access to an access of network of $10,000, way more than the average poor black family got, especially the ADOS family that might only have a few dollars of actual network. You got a lot of groups that's immigrant groups that's blacks. They actually have more wealth than the actual foundational black Americans families of actual network. So net worth. So it's a construct of not just of being class, but it's also race is tied into this class. That's also tied into lineage. When you, I know a lot of groups, they have disdain and a little bit of envy. Because when you normally talk about blackness, it's always geared back to ADOS or ADOS people. You know, blackness is a concept word that was created in the Americas. If you're among a diverse arena, that blackness and whiteness is going to be categorized in the haves and have-nots. If you really want to get into it that way, where we are still in a systematically a racial caste system. Now, I know a couple people in YouTube they're having this discussion about blackness and well if you ask them what's blackness, you know, they're basically going through some reason or somehow revert back to an ADOS culture that is the gatekeepers and the real redefined definition of what blackness is. And a lot of these immigrant groups mask themselves in that ADOS redefined blackness. You know, you see it every day. You see them wearing the clothes, the vernacular English that they speak, the music some they listen to. If you know, even though some of ADOS culture is do have a derive of Caribbean music or Caribbean influence that do have some type of origin base out of Africa, it still is a redefined culture that we establish here in the United States. During and even after slavery, during and even after Jim Crow, and everything else that came along. We are the one that keep Pan-Africanism alive. Even though I'm not against Pan-Africanism, but do I feel that Pan-Africanism is dead? I don't think it's maybe dead, but if it's still just going to be a one-way street, then yes, it's dead. Other groups got to advocate, and right now, as you see, there's a lot of groups that's not doing the two-way street. For reparation and tangibles for the Black American Foundation, Black American ADOS people, you do have a lot of immigrants, a lot of second gen, first gen that is becoming an obstacle for us instead of just being on a racial code. And I think that's not being addressed too. And there, you know, that the conversation really took off when it took off. Also, too, I think what also has changed a little bit as well. They also are in a way of like, okay, why do ADOS have to be the one to say they are the gatekeeper of what being black is? And what being black is actually being black, is being what it is, being subjugated, being oppressed, coming from a lineage that is basically contagious to any type of means of wealth. The most other groups tend to not experience. If they do, it's a gradual experience, but it's not a tense experience. But don't get me wrong, there's Now, there is non-ADOS people that during the civil rights, even during in the 20s, and even maybe I maybe would even say the early 1900s, late 1800s, um, that actually experienced that real black life, and they understand what the situation is. There is people from immigrant that come from non-ADOS background that actually understand that lineage, that what it is, the real definition and root source of being black in America. While a lot of these new immigrant groups and Caribbean groups and even some Latino groups do not comprehend yet. And that's the reason why ADOS is the gatekeeper of blackness. Like I said, I just really want to just discuss a little bit about that because I've been really hearing that buzzword all over, from Big Bird talk about blackness with the Kamala Harris and everything to certain people on YouTube talking about it. Other even on in some articles and newspapers or talk about with blackness or and everything and yada yada yada. But the focus point is, and to some people that do lay claim to it, ADOS is the definition, is the gatekeeper of what blackness is. Because blackness is a form of oppression. Blackness is a form of thriving over against odds of oppression and institutionalized racism that many groups have not really experienced, and also is benefited almost an after effect, or becoming a buffer class between ADOS and actual white America. So that's just pretty much what my conclusion is. I'll definitely drop, maybe, I don't know, I'm not really sure just yet. I just kind of wanted to get on here and just talk about with my view about the gatekeepers of blackness and everything. But I would definitely see if I could drop another video real soon. I'm not really sure. It might be maybe a week from now. I'm not really sure just yet. But yeah, like I said, I'll catch you guys in a little bit, and you guys have a great weekend. All right, one.